Peace and love and thumbs up and A-OK, cowabunga and rock and roll. And guess what? We're going to be doing intervals. What is an interval besides something that you might think about when you're running track, when you're going around doing intervals where you do like really fast running and then you slow down and then you do really fast running again? No, it's not that. An interval with music is a distance between two notes. It's as simple as that. So basically, if you're on the piano, the smallest distance between two notes, C and C sharp, right? Then C and D, or E and F. Those are considered intervals, distance between two notes. There's several of them that exist. They measure them by a number of half steps, whole steps, and their position in the scale. So if we're doing C major, C and D, that's a whole step. Whole step. Actually, no, that's, yes. So you would think of it like that. A half step interval is one semitone. A whole step interval is two semitones. Two half steps make a whole step. We talked about this in another video, two videos that we have, one of them on half steps, one of them on whole steps. It's just kind of an interesting thing to think about. Intervals are also found in both harmony and melody. Playing two or more notes at the same time creates harmonic intervals, which is like a chord. So think of it like C and E at the same time or G and B at the same time. Those are harmonic intervals, believe it or not. You think of it as chords. So it's just another way to say it. Playing single notes in a sequence makes melodic intervals. That's what a melody is, right? So not at the same time, but kind of one after another. That's a little melody. Just playing C, D, E, C, D, E. Those are also called intervals or melodies in that particular scenario. And you could just, like we talked about, describe intervals by number or distance and prefix, which is the quality. So if we were to do between the difference between half steps and between two notes, interval number represents the number of half steps between two notes. These numbers are first, right, which is unison. It's the same note. Second, so first interval is C, then it would be D for second, E for third, F for fourth, G for fifth, A for sixth, B for seventh, and C for eighth, which is an octave at the end, right? We've talked about this in other videos, but it's pretty neat when you think about this. So anytime someone were to say, if you were to play like a 1, 4, 5, those are talking about intervals. That would be like playing a C, because that's like the first one if we're starting in the key of C. Then playing an F, because that's 4. You were to do C, D, E, F, right? And that's the fourth one in the order. And then G is the fifth one, which is right after F. So you think of it as a 1, 4, 5, right? Right? Bum, 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 bum. A 1, 4, 5 of interval chord playing is playing Twist and Shout. That's La Bamba. There's a lot of songs that use this sort of idea of playing using intervals just in a chord manner. Pretty cool, right? So in the 5 interval qualities, just so we have an idea, are major, minor, perfect, augmented, and diminished. Now you're going to hear a lot of major and minors and perfect in the ones that we do in the videos and the songs that we play, but on occasion you'll hear some augmented and diminished intervals, which are chords. Interesting ways of playing chords. So that's, yeah, interval. Really, really cool. Not as complicated as you might think. You might think intervals, what is this? It's the distance between two notes. It's as simple as that. And showing a little example on here always tends to help. Half step interval is 1 semitone. A whole step interval is 2 semitones, and 2 half steps make a whole step. Think about that one. Not that complicated. And look back at our other videos of half steps and whole steps and intervals. They all kind of go together in the same family. That's why we wanted to do this video on intervals as well. Hopefully that makes sense. And if not, well, you'll learn something new and be entertained at the same time. So peace and love, a thumbs up and A-OK, cowabunga and rock and roll. Thanks so much for tuning in. You never know what to expect. Feel free to check out the half step and whole step videos that we did in addition to this one. We'll kind of bring other things and other concepts and ideas, everything together through this. Remember, an interval too, you could think of it as 2 notes playing a chord, right? That's a harmonic interval. Pretty neat. So you can think of it almost like a chord. Anytime you play more than 2 notes at the same time is a chord, or in this case, a harmonic interval. Pretty neat. Distance between 2 notes, that's an interval. Have a great day. Bye-bye.